Temperature programmed reduction is another characterization technique for inorganic materials. Temperature programmed reduction (TPR) measure the reaction of hydrogen with a sample at various temperature. As we know that the hydrogen is a reducing agent, so hydrogen will react with the sample and will reduce the components which are present in the sample. So the reaction of the sample components with hydrogen at various temperature will be different because different species may be present in the sample. The results are interpreted in terms of different species present in the sample and their amenability to reduction. So different type of species which are present in the sample will react with the hydrogen at different rate. They have the different ability to be reduced at the same temperature. So the results are interpreted on this basis that the reaction of hydrogen with the various species will be different because there is different ability of reduction. Therefore, these results can give information on the presence of different oxidation states or effect of dopant in the lattice. These results, for example, we can get information that what type of oxidation state is present inside the sample. For example, if the species present in higher oxidation state, it will be reduced easily. It has more ability for reduction. But if the species present at lower oxidation state, it will not be reduced, or it will be reduced very slowly. So we can get the information about the oxidation state of a species. Either it is in higher oxidation state, either it is present in higher oxidation state or in lower oxidation state. If it is reduced rapidly, then its higher oxidation state will be present. If it is not reduced, then its lower oxidation state will be present. And we can also study the effect of dopant in the lattice, either by addition of dopant by doping the material, the reduction ability is increased or decreased. We can study this effect. It is useful for measuring the temperature necessary for the complete reduction of a catalyst. We can measure the temperature. At what temperature the catalyst will be completely reduced, and is commonly used to investigate the interaction of metal catalyst with its sport. What will be the interaction of catalyst with the sports? Will metal catalyst react with its sport or not? We can measure it by, if it reacts with the sport, then it will not be reduced. If it does react with the sport, here the metal catalyst will be free and it will be easily reduced. On the effect of promoter on a metal catalyst. Promoter is that type of species which is added to the catalyst for increasing the catalysis action of the catalyst. So we add the promoter to the catalyst and we study the effect of promoter on the catalyst. Either in the presence of promoter, catalyst will be reduced easily or will not be reduced easily. The sample is heated over time in a furnace. So for heating purpose, furnace is used in TPR technique, and the gases which are used are 10% hydrogen and 90% nitrogen. 100% hydrogen is not used, only 10% hydrogen is used, and nitrogen is inert gas, so 90% nitrogen is used. This hydrogen has high electrical conductivity, so decrease in hydrogen concentration is marked by a decrease in conductivity of gas mixture. So inside the furnace, when hydrogen concentration is decreased, electrical conductivity inside the furnace is also decreased. Why hydrogen ion concentration is decreased? Because hydrogen gas is a reducing agent, so it will be oxidized and reduce the other species. So when it is utilized, it take part in chemical reaction, its concentration decreases. And how we monitor a decrease in concentration? By measuring the electrical conductivity inside the furnace. So electrical conductivity inside the furnace is decreased when hydrogen concentration is decreased. This change in electrical conductivity is measured by a thermal conductivity cell, which is called a thermometer, and is recorded against either time or temperature. Decrease in electrical conductivity is recorded against time, or it is recorded against temperature. With a time, for example, with a time passage, how much decrease in electrical conductivity is observed. These are the peaks which are obtained in TPR. The peaks in TPR profile, which are shown here in this figure. The peaks in TPR profile measure the temperature at which various reduction steps take part. So, first reduction step takes place here on this temperature. Second reduction step takes place on this temperature. On x-axis is temperature in centigrade, and on y-axis is hydrogen uptake. As the reduction is going, the hydrogen uptake will be increased. And this is TPR trace for alpha iron oxide. This is one crystalline form of iron oxide, alpha iron oxide. The amount of hydrogen used can be determined from the area under the peak. The area under the peak, from this area under the peak, the amount of hydrogen which is used in this step can be measured, and from the second peak area, the hydrogen used in the second step can be measured. In the example, we see two peaks indicating that a reduction of iron oxide takes place in two stages. First, the Fe2O3 is converted into Fe3O4, and then it is further reduced and it is converted to Fe. So here this peak is showing the conversion into Fe3O4, and the second peak is showing the conversion into metallic iron. Other TPR techniques include, so there are also other TPR techniques include temperature program oxidation. The first TPR technique which we studied is by the use of hydrogen. The reduction of material takes place, and there can be other techniques in the TPR, that is temperature program oxidation. Oxidation of the sample takes place, and sulfidation of the sample takes place. It is TPO or TPS. These are called TPO and TPS when investigating oxidation and sulfidation behavior. Temperature program desorption is also a TPR technique, and also called thermal desorption spectroscopy. And in this TPR technique, we analyze different gases which are desorbed. Desorption is the opposite of adsorption. So desorbed means the absorbed gases removed from the surface of the solid material, or from the surface of the catalyst on heating. When the temperature is increased, absorbed gases desorb, and the study of this desorption is done by desorption spectroscopy, which is included in TPR technique. Other techniques, there are many other techniques. Characterization technique, we have studied a few techniques. XRD, few characterization technique we have studied. We have studied XRD technique for characterization of solid, the neutron diffraction technique, the electron microscopy technique, and thermal analysis techniques, and X-ray absorption technique, and this TPR technique, and there are a lot of other techniques which are used for characterization of solid materials. Atmospheric spectroscopy, electron spectroscopies, which are XFPS, UVPS, AES, ELS, and low energy electron diffraction, infrared spectroscopy, Fourier transform, infrared spectroscopy, and lot of other techniques are available for preparation of solids.